Oh, god damn it. The audio's wrong. Hold on. Hold on, everybody. All right, there we go. Welcome in, everybody, to the Rob Gucci Show. This is actually supposed to be a Patreon episode, but I am putting that on hold till a little bit later today. And the reason why, a lot of the times I record the Patreon episode in my car because it's a change of scenery and it's not on video. So I just cruise around with a microphone and talk. Actually, I forget the topic this week on Patreon. Jamie, pull that up. And if you don't know, you guys run the Patreon show. You tell me what to talk about, and you force me to talk about it, and I have no other choice but to talk about it. I think it was something about. Oh, the topic this week on Patreon was how did you find out Santa wasn't real? And you wrote in about that. And then I guess I'm gonna tell everybody how I found out. I was interrogating my mom in the laundry room about it. And so I only have one parent that's a good person. So my mom was I think on her own with hiding the presents or whatever. And I found those fucking things a couple times. And then I was like, oh, there's people in the chat. That's cool. I found those presents a couple of times. One time was under the staircase in the shit box I grew up in, so there wasn't many places to put the presents in that house. And I would actually stick handle in the basement while my parents were upstairs fighting. I would be like, these people are so gay. And I would go downstairs with my TPS response, and I would stick handle in the basement. I would stick handle this little ball, and I'd hit it up against a box. And that's what I would do. And there's this little area under the staircase. Shout out to the chat. The chat is absolutely buzzing early today. There's 4 people in here, but you guys are buzzing. What up, Sarge? What up, Liam? Jamie, pull that up. And I found the presents down there, and I kind of just ignored it because I'm an older brother and I didn't want to make a big thing about it. I didn't want to tell my brother. I don't even think my sister was capable of understanding that yet. I wasn't going to say anything. And then we eventually moved to a little bit of a bigger house, and there's more places to find the gifts. But again, when my parents were fighting all the time, I would kind of want to go somewhere else. I don't want to listen to these people anymore. So that's actually hockey is the reason why I found out Santa wasn't real, because I would go stick handle a ball in the basement. And so one of the times, anyway, this is a Patreon thing, so I don't want to get too far into it on this episode, but I found where the presents were at again. And I cornered my mom with a knife. And I was like, is Santa real? I didn't really have a knife, but I ran into my mom and I was like, yo, what's the deal with this shit, dude? I think I was 10 or 11. And she tried to play it off. She tried to play it off oh, those are some of the gifts are from us. Some of them are from Santa. And I was like, don't fucking lie to my face right now. We're standing toe to toe in the laundry room by the washer dryer. You don't, it's over. The jig is up. The jig has never been more up. I was like, tell me. Bitch. No, I was kidding. I would never call my mom that. But then, yeah, she just told me. She was like, yeah, Santa's not real. And I was like, perfect. The only thing that I looked forward to in my entire life, the only joy I had, that some fat guy that was secretly a spy for Israel probably was flying around, landing on people's homes, delivering presents, that mystery, that mystique of Santa, that ideology that there are cool things out there is gone. And at that point, I said, I don't even have anything to live for. As an 11-year-old, I said, I don't even have anything to live for anymore. Santa's not real. Everything's a lie. But yeah, that's how I found out. But I'm gonna elaborate more on Patreon, and then y'all told me all your stories about that. Somebody in the chat just said, "I believed in Santa till I was 18." That is crazy. Anyway, I usually don't do this Sunday episode. I usually go on my walk first. And I decided not to because I didn't bring my I was gonna walk and then I bring my microphone laptop in the car and I record Patreon in the car. Forgot my microphone and laptop, went to get my coffee from Black Rock. Pretty decent coffee. I don't like the way that they're kind of in your face about, do you have a phone number? It's going to ask you a quick question. They're also pussies at BlackRock where they show you the iPad and they look away. Like they don't want to pressure you into tipping that extra $2. Look at my face if you want to tip. But it's all right. I mean, most coffee is horrible for you. If you look up on, I don't know how reliable Grok is and AI and Google, because everything, all the algorithm is just run by a bunch of global elite people. So like there's no real true algorithm. There's no true search engine anymore. It's just kind of tells you what whoever owns it wants to think. You can, I've been using Grok, but then it's like, is this just what Elon thinks? And you use Google? Is that what Zuckerberg thinks? It's like, you don't really know, but I've been looking up the quality of coffee at these places like Dutch Bros and Starbucks and BlackRock and Black Rifle Coffee, which is the official coffee of Republican guys that just cannot stand transgenders. That's Black Rifle Coffee. They do not like transgender people over there. Black Rifle Coffee. And every time I look up a coffee place, it just straight up says, yeah, it's not good quality. Like there's no good quality coffee anywhere. So wait, hold on. Jamie, pull that up. I think BlackRock does have good. Jamie, pull that up. I was looking up HOAs. That's a whole other deal. Is Black Rock Coffee Company good quality coffee? Most of the time it's no, because everything is a scam. Everything's a scam. Black Rock Coffee Bar, also just called Black Rock, is a Pacific Northwest chain. We know this. Okay, that's not my question. The question is it good quality? Okay, not elite quality. It's a chain level, uses standard Arabica beans, not premium or specialty grade. In short, yeah, Black Rock Coffee is solid, enjoyable quality. That's a step above big chains like Starbucks. Okay. However, it's not gonna wow the coffee snob people. Huh. So it's okay. It's all right to me. Doesn't taste that good. That's baseball though, dude. And yeah, I've been a little disorganized on these episodes. I tried to go live last night at 1 a.m. I had a lot of shit to get off my chest, but I didn't like the way that it was coming off. And, I know there's people out there that don't have water and shit like that. And I know what that's like. They shut off my water from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Wednesday, which is when I was celebrating Thanksgiving with my brother, because he had to go to work on Thursday. So he flew in and, we celebrated Thanksgiving by going to a sushi place and just talking about what the fuck did we talk about? What do you talk about with your brothers? I don't remember. I think we were just making fun of people in our hometown the whole time, just naming names. Oh yeah, they're a dickhead. That guy's a douchebag. Is that guy dead? That was the whole conversation. And then, but I didn't have any water. They shut off my water here. The main water line keeps breaking. This place is a nightmare, and it's a safe place to live, but the people are very snobby. The people are horrible and they're stupid. It's one thing if you're smart and you're snobby and you're just a stuck up asshole, but you're smart, you have something to back it up. That's not the case in Arizona. And with all due respect, the people of Scottsdale, they're very stupid. And so you can't always hold it against them that they're being rude and stupid. But a lot of the times, like for me, it's like when I get in a bad mood about the people here and how horrible they are, and no disrespect, the people of Scottsdale are just terrible people. I mean, they are just the inflated egos, the delusion, the narcissism, and this is with all due respect, they are just horrendous human beings that don't really have any grounds to stand on when it comes to behaving the way they behave, but they do it anyway. And right now I'm dealing with an HOA situation where they're doing me wrong. And I'm not going to get into it because it's not a big deal. And every time I get upset about it, I remember that black guy in the airport that went on that speech about enjoying your life. I talked about that on an episode. Guy in the airport just, I think he was meant to sit down next to me. And he kind of like changed my whole life in the airport at JFK. He was just inside. I talked about it in the episode before. But anyway, whenever I kind of get in a bad mood about dealing with the stuck up assholes on the HOA board here, I remember that black guy and what he was saying about how you just have to kind of enjoy your life. But it just got me to think about people who join the HOA. And the Homeowners Association is a board of people who are in charge of the day to day upkeep of a community. They're making sure too many Asian people don't move in. They are making sure they're racist is what they are. It's a organization that is masked to be racist, or it's like they want to micromanage you. They tell you how to control your lawn. They tell you what color to paint your house. And if a lot of minorities are moving in at once, they will find a way to get them out. And I don't agree with that. That's why eventually I think I'm going to find myself in South Florida, learning Spanish, learning Russian, being around cultures that aren't just entitled, dumb people in Scottsdale. And it's a beautiful place to live. Don't get me wrong. It really is. I mean, it's going to be 60, 70 degrees today, sunny. It's clean. The homeless people are kind of over in Phoenix. So I don't have to deal with them. And it's sort of like LA where it's just ruined by the people. And I was thinking to myself, to join the HOA, I think it's a testament to how bad of a person you really are. I mean, you have to be so unlikable. You have to be disliked by friends, by family. You have to you have to you have a to join a board for an HOA, you have to be so disliked. And I think you're probably so unaware that you're disliked and you crave power and you deny people for no reason. Like my my situation, and I don't want to get into it because there's people out there that are struggling. And whenever I get on here and rant about my ceiling bursting, my ceiling collapsing in because of a roof issue, that's their fault. But now they're saying I'm responsible for it. And they don't even try, right? They don't even try to reason with you. I don't escalate situations. I don't do that. I try to be very nice to people. I try to tell them I don't get aggressive with people. Like most people in Scottsdale, and I'm not saying I'm the smartest guy in the world, but most people in Scottsdale are very dumb. So if what happened to me happened to somebody else, I feel like they would immediately go in there. They'd be upset. They'd be pissed off. There's rain going directly into my house. The ceiling collapsed because you guys refused to fix the roof for 6 months, even though you're obligated to fix it within 30 days of a complaint. I don't really operate like that. I kind of say like, hey, look, like we're all going to be dead one day. Everyone's going to be dead. This is not going to matter down the road. I'd just like the roof to be repaired. So there's not a massive mold buildup and structural issues with water leaking directly into my home. And now these people on the HOA are just denying it. They're just not, that's your fault. So it just got me thinking like the type of people that join HOAs. miserable, miserable people that are bad people, and they want to micromanage people for no reason. That's what that is. So someone in the chat said, sue them. I could, but I'm not going to, because the thing about suing people that people don't understand, it's not that easy. It gets dragged out. It costs money. It's like, I'd rather just move on with my life than argue with some stuck-up bitch at the HOA. It got me thinking, like, how did HOAs even form? Jamie, pull that up. How did HOAs start? Of course, they started in Boston. They started in upscale neighborhoods. Okay, there's definitely racial things about this. They were rare and almost for wealthy enclaves. See, now the thing about HOAs is that stupid people are running them. Like, they scheduled my roof to get fixed 7 a.m. on Friday, and then without telling me. So I wake up and there's just people banging on my roof, and there was a massive trailer in front of my garage, and I couldn't get my car out. And then the construction workers were also taunting me, which was insane. I walked outside. I yelled up to the roof. I was like, "Hey, can I get this trailer moved? My car's in the garage. I didn't know you guys were coming here the day after Thanksgiving at 7 in the morning." Like, that's what the HOA does. They fuck with your head. They want to fuck with you. They scheduled that. They would never schedule something like that for themselves. 7 a.m. with no approval or anything like that. So the guys are like, no. And I think these Hispanic guys on the roof thought that I was complaining. And I was trying to tell them, I'm not complaining. I get it. You guys have a job to do. It's not your fault. I just need this massive trailer moved out of my driveway so I can get my car out. And then what they started doing was throwing chunks of the roof down into the trailer. It's like a dumpster trailer thing. And they were going bang, and they were going, sorry. And then they were all laughing about it. Like, they thought I was complaining about the noise. Very weird times in this city, being trolled by a bunch of guys that I can ruin their whole life in one phone call, if you know what I mean. And I would never do that. And I'm not saying they're all here illegally, but it's kind of a weird move to antagonize me for no reason when I'm not even mad at you guys. I like you guys. I want you guys to be here in this country. And you're literally openly, and I understand some Spanish. Jamie, pull that down. I actually understand some Spanish, and they probably would never think that because I'm a white guy wearing a pea coat and I'm trying to get my car out of a garage. And what they were saying was not very nice. They're basically just calling me stupid. So that was cool. And then in the same day, I don't want to rant about Scottsdale the whole time because it's a nice place. It's a nice place filled with terrible people. Okay. I'm trying to find out why the HOA started. And this is just giving me a bunch of shit. Modern HOAs were invented in the early 1960s as a way for developers to privatize streets, parks, and amenities. Okay, so this is what happened. It started with positive things, and then they started making the HOA board, which is just power-hungry, disgruntled wives. Their husbands are cheating on them, probably rightfully so. I'm not saying I believe in cheating. I believe in, if you don't like your wife, tell her to her face, hey, man, this shit might be over. Don't start DMing 25-year-olds and asking them if they want to ride in your Bentley. Just don't do it. Confront it head on. But I understand why the husbands of women that are in the HOA in Scottsdale are getting relentlessly cheated on is because, I don't like this word, but they're cunts. They are. Jamie, pull that up. I mean, the people that join the HOA, like, think about it. They are lonely people. They're lonely people that have nothing. Their kids don't like them. Their kids hate them. They are, it's almost like they've created there's so many problems for them at home that they want more problems. They wanna join now if you join the HOA board, all you're pretty much dealing with is complaints all day. They like the drama, they like to stir the pot. The HOA is perfect for people that thrive on controversy, and they always want that drama. They always wanna tell someone no. They always want that power, and they're hated by their families. So, I'm gonna look up this. What is Shelley versus Kramer? Shelley versus Kramer, 1948, one of the most important U.S. Supreme Court civil rights cases. What does this have to do with the HOA? A group of white property owners, of course, signed a restrictive covenant stating that for 50 years until 1961, no one could sell or lease their homes to people of the Negro or Mongolian race. What? Mongolians? Well, that's not like cool. About 30 of the 57 parcels on the block were covered by this agreement. In 1945, J.D. Shelley, a black man, and his wife bought one of the restricted homes from a seller who either didn't know about the covenant or ignored it. More likely, ignored it. Well, I don't know. There was no internet back then. It's not like they could have easily not known that there was a no black people rule on that street. And Mongolians. I want to know how Mongolians even got into that. Maybe it was like a light skinned black guy, and they're like, we don't know what the hell that guy is. Just put Mongolian people on there. And he's 5'5". Put him as Mongolian. We don't want him Mongolian. Why? Jamie, we need to look into that. Neighboring white owners led by Lewis and Fern Kramer sued Missouri State to block the Shelleys from taking possession. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know how J.D. Shelley, good for him, man. Okay, so what happened here? Can state courts enforce racially restrictive covenants that private individuals wrote? So basically, a group of white people, sounds like people in Scottsdale, wrote this pamphlet that said, we're holding down this block. And then the Supreme Court ruled it. No, a state court enforcing a private racial covenant constitutes state action that violates the equal protection. Yeah. See, there was some good white folks in 1948, people. So that's good. Jamie, pull that down. Actually, I want to know like what type of people join the HOA. I know what type of people, but the HOA is just oh man. You guys should like I don't want to harp on it, but it's like they gaslight you, they make your life miserable for no reason, just because they hate their own lives. The most common, Jamie, pull that up. The most common types, 60 to 80. So these people are about to die. And they suddenly have 20 to 40 extra hours a week and they want something to do. That's exactly what I'm talking about. They often treat the HOA like a full-time job or social club. They are power hungry assholes. I want to get an HOA member on this podcast and be like, why did you join the HOA? How bad does your husband hate you or your wife? Why are you so pissed off your kid's gay? That's people in the HOA. Their kids are gay and they're pissed off about everything. The rules and the order of people. The personality of people in the HOA are high conscientious and low tolerance for chaos. They're low tolerance for everything. They're just stupid is what that means. They're dumb. They love uniformity. Okay, in other words, that's a euphemism for they're control freaks. Perfectly edged lawns, identical. these are the exact type of people I'm dealing with, and you can't reason with these assholes. I actually wrote an email to them. Pull that down, Jamie. And for the first time, I said, "You guys are asinine people." In the email, I said that because they are. They genuinely believe in strict rules. The higher the property equal higher property values, I guess. Control and power seekers. The stereotype that gives HOAs a bad name. It's not a stereotype. It's very much real. I will release the HOA emails if I have to. They enjoy having authority over neighbors. Fines, liens, towing cars. Dude, my sister parked her car here for 3 days and it had 19 tickets on it. They're freaking out. My roof has a hole in it. My ceiling has a hole in it. And and it's been over a month. They don't care. My sister parks her car for 3 days and they're freaking out. I mean, these are horrible people at joining the HOA. You know what? I'm going to be nastier on email to these people. I'm going to pull up my email right now and see what I wrote to them. I mean, this email isn't on here. I mean, you guys should have seen like I'm going to read you the email, some of it. I'm not going to read all of it because I don't want to spend any time on this. The homeowner being responsible to repair the inside damage that is directly caused by a faulty roof for the second time is ridiculous. It's also ridiculous to schedule the roofer to hammer on the roof beginning at 7:06 in the morning the day after Thanksgiving. That is insane. This is what I wrote. And it is insane. Without warning. I understand the workers got to do their work, whatever. Just at least let me know. And I said, thanks for that. That's one of the more asinine things I've ever dealt with living anywhere. And then it's so funny because she's like, according to the CCNRs, it's the homeowner's responsibility to repair the inside of the home. But the inside, the ceiling broke through because the roof is bad for the second time. That's like throwing a brick through my window and just being like, you need stronger windows. But I didn't throw the brick. And then the other thing to this is that the workers were just like taunting me, even though I was on their side. And I said, what is the matter with this place? And then also like, oh man, I don't want to spend any time on this. I really don't. Okay, the HOA, they drive and they walk around looking for violations because someone has to. They're very bored people. They're bored people. They're bad people. They have a miserable life at home and they take it out on everybody else. They want status is what they want in a neighborhood. They're such freaks that they want status in a square mile. It's unbelievable. They want this hierarchy. Like they are just fucking assholes. Who never joins the HOA? Young families. Anyone who hates meetings and paperwork. In short, the HOA boards are disproportionately filled by retirees and people who either love rules, love power, love community organizing, or simply have nothing else to do. And they're terrible people. That mix is exactly why some HOAs run smoothly and others become legendary neighborhood dictatorships. That's what's happening with mine. It's a fucking dictatorship of retards. No disrespect. But we're not going to spend any time on that. We're going to go on tour this week. HB3's in Chicago on Wednesday at Zany's. We had to switch the venue, but it's actually people are buying tickets, which is good. Those tickets are on HB3 or homeby3.shop. We have a show the following night in Milwaukee. I think we sold around 4 tickets for that. We were told to do that, and we were like, okay. I mean, Milwaukee is not in our top 40 cities of people that listen, but we'll take a risk. Why not? We will listen to some horrible advice and take a risk. And we did just that. And it is not going well. But we're going to go there and do the show anyway. It doesn't really matter. We're going to have a good time, and we're going to talk a lot of shit in there. So, and then after that, we have Buffalo. Those tickets sold really fast. The seated ones, the standing room only. I think they're priced a little bit too high, but especially for Buffalo, it's like $18 a stand up or something. But we have standing room tickets in Buffalo, and then we have Pittsburgh after that. Those tickets are still available. So yeah, dude, we're gonna be on the road for about like 10, 15 days or some shit like that. And I'm excited. I'm gonna bring the camera, I'm gonna bring my microphone, so I'm gonna still be doing this type of shit. And I want to stick to a schedule with this. I've been really good at doing the Wednesday shit. But I'm going to do this more often. I don't know if it's going to be a Sunday morning show wearing a peacoat, a beanie, and fast shades in my kitchen. But this is going to be on YouTube always. So I'm going to keep that going. And yeah, man, we're on the road. Merch is out now. We have a new fulfillment center that is getting really concerning. Orders are piling up and they're not being shipped. So that's good. And I'm going to bother them today, actually, and just say, hey, people need their shit by Christmas. My email is blowing up relentlessly from people complaining, even though I'm not supposed to be in charge of that anymore. And people get really agitated on the holidays. If they order something and it doesn't ship within 24 hours, they get very pissed off. And especially on the weekends, we have a demographic that gets very pissed off on the weekends about their order. People get very tough on Saturday night. They get drunk. They want their merch, and they get very pissed off in the chat. Guy in the chat said, class act being on the roofer's side. Yeah, and listen, I'm not complaining about the work being done. The work needs to get done on my roof. Did I approve it to be at 7 a.m. and blocking my car in the garage? No, but that's just the HOA's passive-aggressive bullshit. And you got to remember, the HOA, I mean, these are fat, and I don't mean any disrespect by this. They're fat, miserable people looking to say no, looking to make your life hell. And they're taking all their frustrations out on their horrible marriage. And they're weird people. They're very weird. They're strange people that have nothing else better to do. And they don't enjoy their life. They're always mad. Imagine you couldn't pay me to be on a HOA. I'm not dealing with some guy's lawn. Like, they measure the grass on somebody's lawn and say it's too long. It's just like these are the types of people that die from heart attacks. These are the type of people that they go on they're complaining. They're leaving Yelp reviews. They are asking for the manager. They're going on vacation. If things don't go their way, they're complaining. When things don't go my way, I just take it on the chin and move on. Like I've done with this roof a million times. Like, I'll give you guys a perfect example. I went to go get a gay little smoothie yesterday. Went to go get a smoothie. I go in the smoothie place. There's some dickhead in front of me taking forever. I mean, this guy, he's like manually typing in his credit card. It's just taking way too long. But then in my head, I go, oh yeah, I'm in Arizona. Everyone's stupider here. Remember that. Just don't take it personally. Everyone's very dumb here. No disrespect. And he's taking forever. It's been like minutes and minutes and minutes. And this guy's wearing a BYU shirt, of course. And he finally gets done ordering a smoothie. I walk up like a regular civilized individual. I said, can I get the almond butter smoothie, a blueberry almond butter smoothie? Can I add whey protein and strawberries? She says, yes. I pay for it. I move on. It's a 30-second ordeal. They start making this other asshole smoothie before mine, obviously, because he ordered before me. He gets done. He goes to the counter. They call out a smoothie. He goes to the counter. He immediately takes a sip. Right on the spot. He goes, "This doesn't taste the same." And the teenage girls working behind the counter that are probably born in 2015. They have no idea how to interact with the situation. They have no idea what to do. They just give him that Gen Z stare. Like, what do you want us to do? He's like, "Did you guys use the milk I asked for?" Like, he starts going back and forth with them about his smoothie. It tastes different. He's like, "Oh, I've had this so many times. It doesn't taste the same. I don't want to be a bother." No, you are being a bother. So eventually the girls behind the counter who are like 17, they don't know what to do. There's like this fucking weirdo in a BYU t-shirt, this absolute fucking weirdo. Guy is very weird. They're like, we'll just remake the smoothie. So then they stop making, because there's only 2 employees. They stop making my smoothie, and then they make this guy another smoothie. So my shit's on hold. So now I'm waiting even longer for this fucking asshole. He gets the new smoothie. He taste tests it. He's like, "Yeah, this one's way better. I'm sorry. I didn't want to be a bother. Like, I just been here so many times." He goes on this big spiel and like gets in a conversation. At this point, this guy in my head is a pedophile because he's talking way too long to these 17-year-olds. He was already at the register before I even got in there. He's been in there way too long. You should never be in a smoothie place for more than 8 minutes, for more than 6 minutes. Order your shit and get out. So now my shit's still not being made. And like 2 years ago, I would have been freaking out in my head. But now I remember what that black guy said in the airport. Just enjoy your life, dude. Who cares? Just make the best of it. So I'm just standing there and he finally gets done hitting on these 17-year-olds. Like, very weird guy, man. Weird smoothie, too. It was like red and green. It was weird. It was a gay smoothie for this retard. And they finally get done making my smoothie, and the guy's still there, like having a conversation with one of them. So, like, standing in the way of where I'm supposed to get my shit too. So I like reach around this guy. Never reach around a guy from BYU, by the way. Weird energy around these BYU people. And it's no disrespect to religion. Like, it's just this one particular fucking weirdo who's like, but it's just like, if my smoothie tastes bad, I was like, this one sucks today. And I'm just moving on. Like, I'm not being this self-righteous prick that's like, no, I paid for that. It needs to be right. Just drink your shitty smoothie and move on. Try again tomorrow. So then I get my smoothie and I walk out. This guy is still in there. After I was in there 15 minutes waiting for my shit. I get my car. I send a group message. I send my text a group message because I have issues. I just need to get it off my chest. Nobody answers it, obviously, because I'm not a likable guy. And the guy walks out and has a Subaru, of course. I'm like, oh, I fucking knew it. It's his Subaru right next to my car. Fucking asshole, this guy. And he's still in there. He's still in there. That's a guy that needs to be investigated. Why are you conversing so much with these poor girls, these teenage girls that are working for $9 an hour in a smoothie store? Get away from these little girls. You fucking whack job. Someone in the comments, this is a negativity podcast. It's just fucking crazy, dude. All right, where do you guys want to explore today? We're going to go on Google Earth. We did this last time. You know what? Let's go to BYU. Where's BYU? Jamie, pull that up. Where's BYU located? Provo, Utah. BYU also has a smaller satellite campus in Idaho and one in Hawaii. Oh, so they're recruiting the Hawaiian people. Probably for the football team. I didn't know. I had no idea Hawaiian guys were that good at football till this year. All right, we're gonna go to Provo. Jamie, don't pull that up yet. The HOA, dude. All right, how do you go to Google Earth again? Google Earth. Google Earth is like incredible thing. Wait, I have to. Why do I have to go to unlock data? No, I don't want to. No, I don't want. Google Earth is asking for subscriptions now. Oh my god, dude. Jamie, pull that up. All right, we're gonna see what Provo, Utah. First of all, we're way too zoomed in. Where in Utah is this? This fucking weird cult religion place. Yeah, right in the middle of nowhere, just the way they want it. So Salt Lake City, Provo's a little bit south of Salt Lake City. You're not watching this on YouTube. We're pulling up a live map. But I want to make this a little bit bigger for you guys. I don't know how to do this. Look at how many churches there are. Holy shit. Everywhere. See, I don't even like talking shit about this kind of stuff because the Provo Bay, imagine how many bodies are in there. Because I feel like I just want to be on the streets in Provo. How do I zoom in? How do I get street view, people? Street view. How do I get on the street? Somebody in the chat help me out. Oh, maybe they don't let you in BYU country. They're like, we don't want Google Earth. Look at this. Look at this fucking place. What is this? Why are all these pop-ups? How do I get on the street of Provo, Utah? Someone said bottom right. Click a highlighted street. Oh, all right. Thank you. Okay, it just pulls me up some random person's house. Of course, they have a trailer. Of course, they have a fucking whatever that's called. See, the thing about Utah, it's so scenic and so nice. And you think about how wow, everybody has a can you guys see this okay? Everybody has like one of those it's not a trailer, it's a yeah, I guess it is a trailer. It's one of those nice ones though. So this is Utah, huh? Scenic, of course, there's a church right here. Man, they love religion down there, dude. They really do. It's like all they live for is religion. I don't know how they got so many. All right, let's go into this parking lot real quick. Oh, they don't let you in the church parking lot. Private property. Stay the fuck out. Very scenic. Mountains, there's a lot of leaves changing colors. They don't let you go in the parking lot of the church. Not the nicest church I've seen. Kind of bland, honestly. Looks a little bit outdated. Let's go down the street here. I love the way the trees change colors. It's a gay thing to say, but I do. Can you guys see this okay? Yeah, I don't know about Utah, man. I believe in the spiritual shit. Like there's something going on out there and stuff, but we just don't know. That's the thing I don't like about religion. It's like everyone thinks they knows. Everyone thinks they know. Everyone thinks they have the answer. Our religion's right, your religion's wrong. Nobody knows anything. Like, is there just a religion? I would go to church if there was a religion. I was just like, you know what? We don't even know, dude. I would be like, amen. Like, yeah, yeah. We don't know. I don't like that religion is always like, this is what happened. And then other religions are like, that's not what happened. Nobody knows what happened. There needs to be a church. Is that a tennis court? Oh, like a basketball hoop. Very bland in Provo, Utah. So there's a church, and then there's just like farmland. There's a highway. There's really nothing going on. It's a nice place, but there's nothing going on really. Or that's what they want you to think. There's really just not shit going on. Look at this. But that's the thing about the religion. And it's no disrespect. Like, you can believe what you want to believe. That's not what I'm saying. I just don't like how I think a lot of things would be solved if people were just like, yeah, man, we don't even know what's happening. I should start a church. I really should. I'll just do this. Just basically, it'll just be a podcast, and people show up every day. People show up every Sunday. Not Sunday. I don't want to compete with all the other churches. All right, Provo sucks. I mean, it's like good scenery, but like, what is this? Like, it's farmland. Like, Jamie, pull that down. We're gonna see when do most churches have Jamie, pull that up. When do most churches have mass? Sunday. Sunday's the main day, always. Damn, the mass has this many shows going on? 7 a.m., 9 a.m., 10:30 a.m., and 12. The priest is absolutely grinding. And they have Sunday afternoon services? There's got to be more than one priest, though, right? There's no way the priest is doing that many shows in one day. That's crazy. That would be crazy. Well, I guess if he's only working on Sunday, I get it. He's kind of like not Chris Hansen. That's the guy that is it Chris Hansen? Who's the guy that does Red Zone? The priest is kind of like Red Zone for God. He's just doing mass all day on Sunday, commercial free. Yeah, I would love to. I would love to have Jamie pull that down. I would love to kind of start a church, and it's just me on a microphone, and people can come in person, and be like every Monday night, and I'll just be like, look, we don't even fucking know what happened, dude. But the bottom line is, stop watching mainstream. Stop getting wrapped up in politics that you can't control. Everyone's all worried about the Venezuelan airspace because they're going to shut it down. I don't even know what that means. Stop worrying about that. Start worrying about real issues like the HOA, how horrible people. The HOA is terrible people. People on HOAs are horrible people. That's a problem. Someone in the chat said, religion is so fucking stupid. I think religion can be used for good. I think there's a lot of uplifting parts about religion. It brings a sense of community. It makes people do the right thing, like pick up their dog shit in the park and not just leave it everywhere. It can cause people like on a community based level on the street. I think religion is it could be a positive thing. But then when you get to the powerful part of religion, it's not good. It's just all war and ulterior motives, which a lot of people do have ulterior motives. A lot of people just use other people for things and then bail on them. It happens all the time. And the funny part is that sometimes people think that they're being sneaky and you don't know their ulterior motives and that they're just leeching onto you for things. And then eventually they're going to, people think they're smart. And I'm here to say that I am fucking dumb. Not as dumb as people in Scottsdale, but a lot of times people think that you are too stupid to realize their ulterior motives. But that's a conversation for a different episode. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. Somehow it's 50 minutes. I don't know what the fuck I even just talked about, dude. Terrible episode. People always say, "Oh, dude, it wasn't a bad episode. Stop saying that." Yeah, I think about the episodes too much while I'm doing them. I just need to do them. But it's Sunday. Not getting paid for this shit, so it's really up to you whether you wanted to listen or not. I had a new episode out on Wednesday with my brother in it. That's on YouTube now. If you guys like the video, subscribe. That would mean a lot. HB3 is on the road this week. HB3 merch is out now. And I think I'm still missing something. Oh, another 100 followers gone. So funny. Lost 5,000 followers on Twitter from that bot purge they did or whatever. Insane. But it also doesn't matter at all. They're switching their algorithm to AI, I guess. So like all the accounts like mine, the viewership is down by like 70% for the month of November, and they're clearing out like thousands and thousands of followers. Even though I worked hard to get those bots and those spam accounts that leech onto your account. So it is what it is. Life's not about followers. It really doesn't fucking matter. I'm not getting paid to do this shit anyway. So who cares? All right, guys. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. I'm not going to post a link on Twitter too, because I also learned that if you constantly post external links on X, they shadow whack your views. They put you down in the algorithm because they want you to stay on the platform, which is just like crazy. But that's basically the HOA of Twitter. All right, we're out. I'm going to put this out on audio too for you guys. Have a good Sunday too, Randy. Thank you. Shout out to Acar Moody in the chat. Appreciate you guys. See ya, HB3. Oh, if you bought tickets, what show are you going to, Randy? If you didn't leave already. Sarge, your beauty. Support everything. Appreciate you. Liam, appreciate you. Tyler Rosa. Shout out, bruh. Gavin, shout out to you guys. All right, I'm gonna go on a walk. All right, I'm out. All right, peace.